Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful blanket. So this is what the back looks like. It looks like this on the back and this is the front. Get it round the right way, Alice. You need 4 stitches for your pattern. Your stitch count is 4 plus an extra 2, and then I done 3 rows of UK double crochet all around the border. I did 3 times around the corner. So I put 2, then 2, then 2 into the stitches to make my corners. So if you're in the USA, this is a single crochet. I did 3 rows around to do the border on this blanket. So I'm going to show you how to do this blanket. And I'm going to show you how to do that arrow stitch blanket that I did. Now your stitch count is 4, but if you know me by now, I don't do a stitch count, I just do my chain. If I need any stitches, I use this tail end just to add a few stitches on if I'm a few stitches short. If I've got too many stitches, I'll just pick them out. So I'm going to do my chain. If you want to know the stitch count, it's a count of 4 stitches per section of that pattern. So I'm just going to do my chain. I'm going to go into the 4th stitch in my chain and I'm going to do a UK treble crochet. So into that 4th stitch, I'm going to do a treble crochet. So that chain that we missed, these stitches that we didn't use, and this becomes our 2 treble crochets. What you're going to do now is you're going to skip 3 stitches. So that one's got my stitch in it. 1, 2, 3. Now into this 4th stitch, we're going to put a UK double treble crochet. That's your yarn around your hook twice like this. If you're in the USA or another country, this is a treble crochet for you. Now I use both terms because people all over the world watch my channel and it's only fair if I say both the stitch terms. So into this 4th stitch, I'm going to do my double treble crochet. So yarn over and through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over and through 2 loops. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to work back on these 3 stitches that we skipped. We're going to do a UK treble crochet into these 3 stitches. If you're in the USA or another country, this is a double crochet. So yarn over and you're going to go behind that long stitch and you're going to go into that first stitch you skipped. It might be easier just to tip it forward like this, but make sure that long stitch is facing the front of you. So we're going to do a treble crochet. We're going to treble crochet into the next skipped stitch. That's 2. And a treble crochet into that last skipped stitch. So just put your hook through into that skipped stitch. And this is called working back your skip stitch. It's called working back. So what it's done is put that first part of our arrow to the front of your work. Now all the ones with these long stitches will always be on the front. You won't have any long stitches on the back of your work at all. So find the stitch that you put that into so you don't count it. So it's in that stitch there. So what you're going to do is you're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and you're going to put another double treble into that 4th stitch. And if you're in the USA, this is a treble crochet. So yarn over and through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over and through 2 loops. Now we're going to work the 3 stitches we skipped again. We're going to copy this part and put a treble crochet into those 3 stitches. So you're going to go behind that long stitch and then into that first stitch you missed. This first row is the fiddliest one. Once you've got this done, it will become a lot easier. You'll be able to get to these stitches easier. So we're going to put a treble crochet into that first missed stitch. There's my second stitch right there beside it. And my third stitch is at the bottom of this long stitch here. That's my third one. So again, you're going to miss 3 stitches, and don't count the one that this stitch is in. Make sure you don't count that one, that's got that stitch in it. So we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and do our double crochet. Yarn over twice so it looks like you've got 3 loops on your hook. Into that 4th stitch, pull your yarn through. It looks as if you have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over and through 2 loops, and that's you done your long double treble crochet. So we're going back, so behind there and into the stitch. It might be better just for you to tip it forward like this. Just make sure that long stitch is on the front. So that's 1 and there, and then 2 and 3. So you're going to skip 3, 1, 2 and 3, and do a double treble into the 4th stitch, and then work back and put a stitch into your 3 skip stitches, 1 into each stitch. That's 1 and 2 and 3 into that bottom one there that we skipped. Yarn over twice, just turn your chain, skip 1, 2, 3, and you're going to do that all the way along your chain, and then into that skip stitch, my first treble crochet, into the next skipped stitch, it's my second one, and into that third skipped stitch. Now don't worry if your chain sort of twists itself around, don't worry about that. Yarn over twice, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th stitch all the way along your chain. So I've got to the end, and because I didn't count my stitches, I got 2 stitches left. I need 3 to make my pattern and 2 extra to do my 2 trebles on the end of my blanket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hook through that last stitch, and I'm going to make myself 3 stitches. I need 3, so that's 1, 2 and 3. Now I'm just going to pull my hook, my tail end through. So this is what I do when I'm at home. I don't do a stitch count, I just use the tail end to complete my pattern sequence. So I need to skip 3, so that's 1, 2 and 3. So into this next stitch I'm going to put my double treble crochet, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops and through 2 loops, and I'm going to work back and put a treble crochet into my 3 skipped stitches. So that's 1 and 2, the second one into that next stitch, and 3 into that stitch there. Now it'll get a little bit easier. Now we've got that first row done, it will get easier. It does look like a little tangle, but once we get a few rows done, it'll be fine. So my last 2 stitches, I'm going to put a treble crochet into each of these stitches. That's 1 and 2. So we'll always finish with 2 treble crochets, and at the beginning we'll have our chain 3 and a treble crochet. So now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. That's your first treble crochet. Turn your work and do a treble crochet into this next stitch. 1 treble crochet. Now we're going to start our pattern again. Now it becomes easier. You can see your 3 stitches that you're going to skip. 1, 2, 3. You're going to do your double treble into this hole. You've got a larger hole here and a smaller one. We're going into the smaller one. Now you'll see the sections. These are the holes that you're going to put your double trebles in. These ones here. And that's your 3 skip stitches. So now your pattern becomes very easy. So yarn over twice. You're going to skip those 3 stitches and go into the stitch above this hole, into there, and do your double treble crochet. Now this is the back of your work. You should never have any of these long stitches on the back. That's going to get pushed around to the front. So just push that one out of the way. Push this one out of the way, and you're going to work into these 3 stitches. So yarn over, just find your own way to hold it and go in to that stitch and do your treble crochet into the next skipped stitch. Just make sure that long stitch stays to the back there, and into my 3rd skipped stitch. Just feed your hook through that skipped stitch. So that's you done your 3 skipped stitches, and you've got your first part of your arrow stitch. Yarn over twice and go into that space, that hole there, and do your long stitch. Now we're going to work into these 3 skip stitches again, 1, 2 and 3. So yarn over and feed your hook through, so you're keeping that long stitch to the back, and work those 3 skipped stitches. That's 1, that's your 2nd one, and that's your 3rd one. Just loop it up, just catch that stitch, and this is what it's looking like. You've got your arrows are on this side here. I'll try and tilt it so you can see. You're going to continue doing this. This is what you're going to do. Make sure when you're on the back of your blanket that you make sure that long stitch stays on the front of your blanket. So yarn over and do 1 treble crochet into each skipped stitch. You've got 3 skipped stitches there. That's 2, and that one is 3. This makes a beautiful cozy blanket. And the thicker your yarn, the quicker this is. And once you get that burst set done, then the rest of it is really easy. So skip those 3 stitches and work into that stitch above that hole, into there. Do your long stitch and then work back and put a treble crochet into that stitch. You can just fold that over if you want. Just bend it over. That's 1 and 2. Just push that long stitch out of the way. Push it down there, out of the way, and do your third one. Yarn over twice. You're going to skip those 3 stitches. Just skip there and go into that sort of biggish hole. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to work your 3 stitches that you skipped. Just push that down out of the way. Just push it down there. And don't catch it. Make sure that you're not catching that long stitch. 2 and work my third skipped stitch right through there. Yarn over twice through that top hole. Yarn over and work my skipped stitches. 1 treble crochet, 2 treble crochet, and my third one. Yarn over twice, and I'm going to do my last long stitch. So make sure it's your 3 skip stitches that you're using. You're not going into that big hole again. Make sure it's your 3 skip stitches. That's 1, that's 2, and into that one there. Make sure I get all my stitch. So I'm at the end again, and I'm just going to do my 2 treble crochets. 1 into that stitch and 1 into the top of that chain of 3. Push your hook through, pull your stitch through, finish your treble crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn. So all your arrow stitches should be on the front, and this is what it looks like. So we're going to do a treble crochet into the top of this stitch, and we're back to using this loop. You can see the loop at the end of that arrow, and there's my loop. That's the one where you're putting your long stitch into, and that's your 3 skipped stitches. So twice around your hook, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops. Keep your long stitch to the front. These always stay on the front. So this time you're going into the back, and it's a little easier because you can see what you're doing now. As this blanket grows, it becomes much easier to get your missed stitches. So yarn over twice, skip these 3 stitches, and you're going to do work back into those ones, and that is your pattern repeat. So all your long arrow stitches will be on the front of your blanket, and there won't be any on the back at all. No long stitches. They're all here on the front like this. So I'm on my last 2 stitches, and it's a treble crochet into the top of that one, and a treble crochet into the top of my chain of 3. And this is what we're getting. We're getting this. You can see that arrow stitch showing up like this. It's really pretty, and that's the back of it. So you make sure you've got no lines on the back. They should be on the front. These loops should be on the front like this, and this is what makes that arrow stitch. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn. 1 treble crochet into the top of your next stitch. This keeps your edge nice and straight. There's the 3 stitches that you're missing, and that's the stitch you're going to put your double treble crochet in. If you're in another country, this is a treble crochet. So now make sure that stays there because it belongs on that side, and work your 3 stitches. 1 treble crochet, 1 into the next stitch, and 1 into that last stitch. Just push that long stitch to the front, yarn over twice into that big stitch, and then make sure you do your 3 stitches that you made. Just go back and work those 3 stitches that you missed. And that is all you do with this. Just make sure that big stitch stays to that side. So that's what your back looks like, and this is what the front is. Your arrows are here on the front, so make sure all your arrows stay on the front. What your blanket will be like. You've got your arrows on the front. There's none on the back at all. There's no long stitches on the back. Now once I finished my blanket, I did 3 rows of a UK double crochet. If you're in the USA, that's a single crochet. I just picked up the stitches. I put 2 in to each section along here. I'll show you on this. So when I did my edge, each section I put 2 stitches in. A UK double crochet, a USA single crochet. I put 2 into each of these sections, and then I just picked one up and each stitch going all a way around the blanket like that, and this is beautiful. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please click on that subscribe button, and then if you click on that bell icon, then YouTube will tell you when I put up another tutorial for another blanket. So until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.